Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a video where I've actually stood here and talked to you guys, but I got a mess in here. A lot of stuff going on. Just wanted to do a quick video following up on a few things. First off, the Rxb guy cam, I'm impressed with it. More so than I expected to be. It was going to be hard to beat the DCR cam. But it runs good, as well as the big bore kit. The big bore kit is not the Athena kit. It is made by a company in Brazil. It mimics it. It is a high compression piston, 12-to-1. Comes with a thin gasket, base gasket, everything you need to put it together. And the combination with that and the cam, wow, what a difference. Most of you guys probably saw my video. The thing screams. Right from the bottom to the top, you can do whatever you want with this thing now. I was running a 1350 gear ratio, which before before the flywheel key and all that stuff, when the bike was stock, it was useless. And so through all my testing with all the other cylinder heads, camshafts, I stuck with the 1250, and in my mind, you were, for what I'm doing, you weren't going to beat that. And well, lo and behold, this thing will hold the 1350 with ease. Most of those corners that you saw in the video, I was going through those corners in third gear, which before I was doing it in second, and sometimes it struggled doing it in second, and it doesn't struggle at all in third gear. So I wanted to touch base on that. Cams are going to be, I got more ordered, but just because they're not they're not being made in our country, things are really slowed up with what's going on in the world, and it's going to be spotty. If you see me post an ad saying that I have them and you really want one, I'm going to suggest that you jump right on it, because with the way things are looking, I got a bad feeling that there's going to come a point in time soon where I'm not going to be able to get them for a while. And on my end, that sucks, because I didn't want something that I wasn't going to be able to get readily available whenever I wanted to. But for something that works so good, it's hard to backtrack now and go down a different path. But a couple other things. I posted a picture of my foot pegs, and yesterday when I rode was the first time I rode with that monster foot pegs, where I welded on the works connection. Basically what they are is they're meant to widen your foot peg, but they have a little piece of metal on each side that comes welded onto them already. So basically you would sandwich your foot peg and you weld down these things. Well, I put those on top of the teeth of the stock pegs and then welded it on. So I raised my feet up almost a half an inch, and my feet never got tore off the foot pegs yesterday, and it was a little bit muddy, not as muddy as I expected, but the sand was soft and the ruts were deep, and it never happened. So I know Dave had an issue with it. I don't know if anybody else has, but for $35 and a little bit of welding, it was definitely a good upgrade versus trying to fabricate new mounts to move the foot pegs up higher. And fork spacers. So when I did the fork spacers, I made one size. Originally making them for Dave, and he's still got a little bit of bottoming out going on. It's tough. The bike's heavy. I don't have so much of an issue as he does, because I'm a lot lighter, for one. I do have the spacers in mind. Basically, Dave sent me a picture and he had a little bit of tire rub in the front fender, so, clear indication that it was bottoming out. And at that point in time, I told Dave, I was like, well, I don't have that, but I actually do have that. And so I put the spacers in mine, and yesterday's the first time I rode it with the spacers in. And it worked good for me. I'm 155 pounds, and so I think I'm going to make some different sizes and ship them off to Dave and have him try them, until I can get fork springs. There's only so much you can do when you break that threshold of being heavier than I am. So for all the guys that are, Dave's size or bigger, I see a lot of guys, 190, 200, a little over 200 pounds buying these things, and you're not going to have a problem in the trails. Probably going to feel stiff in the trails, but for a ride on a motocross track, it's, I guess I'm going to turn my focus on to a couple of different things now that I feel like I've made some really good steps with the motor. But, valving, some different valving packages, geared more towards the heavier riders versus a middle of the road type of thing, and working on lightening the bike up. I'm going to put my aluminum swing arm on. I got building an aluminum subframe for Ken and one other person, and they're hard to get. They're hard to find used, the 2015 KTM SXF subframe. Even for some that are in pretty bad condition, they want a lot for them. But I'm going to do some stuff now for the next few weeks. I'm going to focus on putting this baby on a diet and seeing how light I can make it. I don't have a problem doing custom stuff for people. If somebody else wanted to provide a aluminum subframe off of that model year and ship it to me, I don't have a problem doing the mods. It's not going to be something that I offer as a part to sell just because they're not readily available in the price range. I mean, there's used ones on there in pretty poor condition for a couple $100, and there's a couple of nice ones on there that are going for over a 400. So it's not really an item that I can just have laying around here ready to ship off to somebody, because it just won't work out right. But I wanted to touch base on a couple of those things. It seems like everybody's been really happy with the stuff that I've been doing, and I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you guys that have bought the flywheel keys. That thing's really cool. Works great. I got a couple. I sold a couple for some GPX models. Haven't heard any feedback on those yet, but with the difference that it made for this bike, I figured, being a similar motor and possibly something we might see with the Orions in the future, I might as well get a head start on it. But all in all, you guys have been great. I do my best to get you guys all these parts as fast as I can. I'm a one-man band. I know I don't really advertise that or talk about it much, but I do all this stuff by myself, and try to answer every single one of you guys back. And sometimes it's 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes it's because I'm down here making flywheel keys or head gaskets or working on some of my other customer stuff that I got going on. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I appreciate everybody being patient. And this like I said, I tell a lot of people when I say this project has been great. I've had a ton of fun with it. I love this bike. I love riding it. I love making it faster and better, and I love seeing all you guys doing the same thing with the stuff that I make for it. And who knows what's next. The exhaust pipe was kind of a failure, so I could go back and try that again. It's real time consuming though, but all in all, I wanted to put that out there mainly for the cam and the big bore kits. Like I say, if you guys see a post on the RXB Facebook page and I say that I have some and you really want one, jump on it, because I got a feeling that I'm not going to be able to get them for a little while coming here soon by the looks of things. And I do have, I have 2 different shipments of them coming. I want to say I have like an order of 5 and an order of 7 coming. When I'll get them, I'm not sure. So there's definitely 12 more coming. And I'll post some stuff up when they show up. But no, I think that's about it for now. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.